I'm about to turn this patio from bland to damn just by using plants. In this video, I'm gonna show you the power of plants and how much of a difference they make. My clients recently renovated their patio and thought it was time for some fresh new plants. They hit me up to make it happen and I couldn't be more honored to do it. Some of the plants and pots were so big that I had to make 2 trips. Plants I use in this video are a Ficus Audrey, a Ficus Lutea, and a Ficus Moclame, and a Euphorbia. Clearly I love my ficus. There's so many different variations and they all bring a different vibe. And she was very easy to shop for, and we basically had the same style and vision when it came to the plant and pot combo. She wanted a vintage, rustic, terracotta, and clay look, and I'm all for that classic feel. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the makeover. So for this pot, it did not have a drainage hole, so we're using a bunch of pumice on the bottom to serve as a layer between the soil and the bottom of the pot so the water can sit there and the roots don't get damaged. And then from that point on, it's just like any other repot. You want to start with your base so that way the plant has something to sit on and the roots have something to grow into. And because we know the soil it's already in is healthy, we're going to be using that as well as the old soil to mix it in, so that way the plant doesn't get a big shock once it gets repotted and adjusted to the space. And it's better to be safe than sorry, so we're adding a little bit more pumice to ensure that the soil is fast draining, because again, there is not a drainage hole in this pot. And then once you're done with that, it's time to pat down, because you want to assure that the plant is safe and compact and it ain't going nowhere. And this step is totally optional, but for us, it's the final step. We're adding pebbles to the top layer of the soil for a couple reasons. 1, it's just way more aesthetically pleasing. 2, it actually deters gnats and any other bugs that you might get away from the top layer of the soil. And then 3, it stays moist a little bit, so that way you don't have to water it as much. And now we're wrapping this repotting up, so we're cleaning the leaves to make sure they look as nice as possible. Isn't unwrapping a plant like the most satisfying thing ever? It's like Christmas but for plant parents. And for this fig, the same exact steps apply, except for the fact that we have a drainage hole, so we aren't adding pumice on the bottom of this one, but we have our base already, and then the same exact steps apply from the last repot. And for this one, we had to get real surgical because it was so root bound in that nursery pot that we had to cut it open. And when you're repotting a cactus, the same exact steps, Euphorbia, before y'all come at me. But when you repot a Euphorbia, the same exact steps apply, but you just want to be extra careful. Geraldine was very, very careful. With me, I would just send it, but you know, that's why she's her and I'm me. Sooner or later, I'll come in the frame and I'll start getting my hands dirty. Bruh, this pot was so heavy. Who needs to lift weights when you can just lift pots like the plant man? And this right here is probably like top 5 hardest repots I've ever done, just because the size of the plant and we didn't want to damage any leaves or anything like that. And then also the space, it was kind of like an awkward space, and then the pot was hella tall, and I don't know. But teamwork makes the dream work, and we got it done. And we are now in the final stretch with this plant install. We are tidying up the space, we are cleaning up the leaves so that way everything looks nice and tidy, because presentation is everything when it comes to a plant install. So I want y'all to enjoy this, light a little incense and enjoy this instrumental, and y'all see the final product once everything is complete. And that's going to be a wrap for this plant install and this video. If you stayed until this far, I greatly appreciate you. Please consider subscribing. It helps me out a lot and it costs you nothing. But enjoy this. Let me know how I did in the comments. I think these pictures are pretty fire, if I do say so myself. But it's your boy Playmate P, and I'll catch y'all in the next one. Peace.